Building a successful billion-dollar startup is a dream for many entrepreneurs, but the path to achieving it is often shrouded in myths and misconceptions. In his book, Super Founders, Ali Tamaseb, a Silicon Valley VC veteran, provides an in-depth analysis of the factors that drive the success of tech unicorns. Tamaseb uses over 30,000 data points collected since 2017 to dispel the false notions surrounding billion-dollar startups and reveals what it truly takes to make it in Silicon Valley. Tamaseb's research challenges many common assumptions about unicorn founders. He found that having an Ivy League degree is not a prerequisite for success, as there were more founders with PhDs than dropouts among the unicorns. Additionally, co-founders handling technical and visionary aspects were not always necessary, and only 15% of unicorns had participated in an accelerator program. Tamaseb also found that many billion-dollar projects were built on ideas that had previously failed, rather than being first to market. The book also delves into the benefits of bootstrapping, a method of starting a company without external funding, and why venture capitalists prefer risk. Tamaseb also reveals the best predictor of startup success, which is not a founder's education or experience, but the quality of their team. Super Founders is a valuable resource for entrepreneurs and investors seeking to understand the true nature of billion-dollar startups. Tamaseb's research-backed insights provide a fresh perspective on what it takes to build a successful unicorn and how to navigate the competitive landscape of Silicon Valley. Idea 1. Debunking startup myths. Age, education, and number of co-founders don't determine success. The stories of Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs are often used as examples of successful startup founders, but they can also be discouraging to aspiring entrepreneurs who don't fit that mold. However, Ali Tamaseb's analysis of over 30,000 data points shows that age, education, and number of co-founders are not predictors of success. In fact, the median age for unicorn founders was 34, and 20% of unicorns were founded by solo founders. Furthermore, having multiple co-founders can lead to power struggles and arguments about vision, which can hinder a startup's progress. Education-wise, only a minority of unicorn founders were college dropouts. Instead, many had advanced degrees or attended schools that weren't nationally ranked in the top 100. One significant predictor of success was that roughly 60% of unicorn founders had previously launched startups. Their previous experience left them with industry contacts and knowledge from which to find employees and investors, and they were more likely to have learned from their mistakes. Finally, a majority of unicorn founders were natural-born builders. They had been tinkering and creating since before college, which gave them a solid foundation on which to build their startups. Therefore, it's important to remember that success in startups is not determined by age, education, or number of co-founders, but rather by previous experience, a willingness to learn from mistakes, and a passion for building. Idea 2. Key factors for startup success: ideation, flexibility, and team building. Starting a successful startup isn't easy, and many aspiring entrepreneurs may be discouraged by the myth that a great idea must come in a single eureka moment. In reality, most successful startups result from a thorough process of ideation, where founders deliberately seek to solve a problem in a chosen market or industry. However, a good idea is just the beginning. Successful founders also need to have a sense of purpose and passion, as well as the flexibility to pivot when necessary. Pivoting can be a last-ditch effort to save the company, but it can also be a sign of a dedicated and flexible team that is willing to adapt and find new opportunities. Of course, no successful startup can be built without a team. Investors and VCs prioritize a company's team when deciding where to put their money, which is why smart founders work hard to assemble a team of star talent by offering job titles and competitive salaries. Ultimately, successful startups combine a great idea with a strong sense of purpose, flexibility, and a talented team. By keeping these key factors in mind, aspiring entrepreneurs can increase their chances of creating a successful startup that solves a real problem and makes a difference in the world. Idea 3. The profitability of creating new markets versus competing in established ones. Back in 2012, cryptocurrency was a relatively unknown concept, but the founders of Coinbase saw an opportunity to provide a safe and effortless way for everyday users to buy and store Bitcoin. Their success stems from identifying a market with huge growth potential and understanding how their product would differentiate them from others. However, is it more profitable to create a new market or compete in an established one? Investors tend to favor market creation, but data shows that unicorns, startups valued at $1 billion or more, competing in established markets were valued slightly higher than those in new markets. The key to success is differentiation. Startups that offer a drastically different customer experience have a better chance of standing out and convincing customers to try their product. In fact, highly differentiated ideas were found in 70% of unicorns. Another important factor is whether a startup provides a painkiller or a vitamin pill. Painkillers aim to relieve a customer's painful need, while vitamin pills aim to provide more value or entertainment. Startups that provide painkillers are more likely to succeed because they address an urgent need, whereas those that offer vitamin pills are more susceptible to competitors and the novelty wearing off. Over 50% of random startups offered vitamin pills, but only around a third of unicorns did. In summary, creating a new market or competing in an established one can both lead to profitability. However, differentiation and providing painkillers rather than vitamin pills are crucial for success. Startups that offer a unique value proposition and solve a pressing need are more likely to stand out and succeed in the long run. Idea 4. Timing matters. Why being first isn't always best. When it comes to startup ideas, many people believe that being first to market is the key to success. However, venture capitalists have a different perspective. For them, investing in ideas that have already been tried before is a red flag because those ideas have already failed. But is it fair to dismiss an idea just because it failed before? What if the timing was wrong? Enter General Magic, a company that developed the first smartphone back in 1995. Despite being ahead of its time, the smartphone failed due to inadequate touchscreens and poor battery life. Fast forward to 2007, when Apple launched the iPhone with perfect timing, and the smartphone became a huge success. This example shows that timing is crucial in the success of a product or idea. While some ideas may fail due to poor execution or lack of demand, others may fail simply because the timing is not right. In fact, research shows that there is no clear advantage to being the first to market with an idea versus trying something that has been done before. Rather than worrying about whether something has been done before, entrepreneurs should ask themselves, why now? Is the necessary technology available? Is there a potential customer base to tap into? What can be learned from previous failures? Warby Parker is a great example of a startup that asked, why now, and disrupted the eyewear industry. The company realized that the eyewear market was dominated by two giants, Luxottica and Essilor, with unreasonably high prices and cost structures. Warby Parker designed its products in-house, sold straight to consumer, and had a nimble business strategy, allowing it to charge a fourth of what its competitors did. While competing against established companies can be daunting, research shows that more than 50% of unicorns faced off against giant competitors. This indicates a large and thriving market, and startups that are not tied down to legacy systems can disrupt and succeed. However, it is also important for startups to defend their product and make it difficult for others to copy their investment. Venture capitalists are particularly sensitive to this, as they want to ensure their investment is protected. In conclusion, being first to market is not always the key to success. Timing is crucial, and entrepreneurs should ask themselves, why now? Before launching a new product or idea. While competition can be intimidating, it can also indicate a large and thriving market, and startups that are nimble and innovative can succeed even against established giants. Idea 5. The benefits and risks of venture capital investment. Venture capital, VC, is a type of financing that is typically provided to early-stage, high-growth startups. The goal of VC investment is to provide the capital needed to quickly grow a company and achieve a billion-dollar valuation. However, VC investment is not without risk. According to a study by Tamaseb, 90% of unicorns, startups valued at $1 billion or more, were VC-backed. This is because VC investment and startups are a good match, both are focused on moving quickly towards their goal of achieving a billion-dollar payday. However, VCs are willing to take on risky investments because the potential gains can be significant. For example, Facebook's IPO valuation of $100 billion earned their VC backer, Accel Partners, 300 times their initial investment. But, getting tons of investment capital isn't always the key to success. VC investment is not for everyone, and some ideas require a significant amount of capital investment, while others do not. In some cases, it may be better to bootstrap a company for a couple of years to test the market viability of the product or service. This approach was taken by Sarah Blakely, who launched Spanx with just $5,000 of her own savings and never took a single investment. She did all of her own marketing, PR, and customer service for the first few years of the business. Running a capital-efficient company is actually better for both founders and investors. By achieving a high return with less investment, the company avoids dilution and there's more profit for the stakeholders. For example, Stitch Fix founder Katrina Lake learned to be efficient when her company had trouble raising more cash in subsequent growth rounds. She ran the business using Google Docs and Excel, worked with interns who manually entered credit card numbers to process orders, and restructured its cash cycle to move product quickly. By achieving early profitability, Lake gained a strong understanding of the economics underlying the business, which ultimately led to Stitch Fix going public at $1.6 billion. In conclusion, VC investment can be a powerful tool for startup growth, but it is not without risks. Entrepreneurs must carefully consider whether or not VC investment is right for their particular business idea. It may be beneficial to start small, focus on building a solid foundation, and become capital efficient before seeking out significant investment capital. Summary: in Silicon Valley, the success stories of companies like Facebook and Apple have become the stuff of legend, but the truth is that there is no single path to success. While there are many myths that pervade the tech industry, the data shows that certain factors are more likely to contribute to unicorn success than others. The first factor is having a big dream. Startups that shoot for the moon and aim to disrupt entire industries are more likely to succeed than those that play it safe. This is because ambitious goals attract top talent and help a company stand out in a crowded marketplace. However, it's important to note that having a big dream is not enough on its own. Founders also need to have a clear understanding of the market they are entering and a solid strategy for achieving their goals. The second factor is having a deep understanding of the market. Successful startups have a clear picture of their target audience and the needs that they are trying to meet. This allows them to create products that are both innovative and in demand. Founders who have a strong understanding of the market also tend to have a better sense of how to differentiate themselves from the competition and can more effectively build a brand that resonates with customers. The third factor is previous startup experience. While it's certainly possible to launch a successful startup without any prior experience, founders who have been through the process before tend to have a better understanding of what it takes to succeed. They have learned from their mistakes and are better equipped to navigate the challenges that arise along the way. Founders who have had previous startup experience also tend to have a broader network of contacts and a better understanding of how to attract and retain top talent. In conclusion, while there is no one-size-fits-all approach to building a unicorn, the data suggests that having a big dream, a deep understanding of the market, and previous startup experience are all important factors that can help increase the odds of success. By focusing on these key areas, founders can position their startups for long-term growth and success. Now, thank you for taking the time to watch, and if you found value in this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And in case you want to buy the book, use the link in the description. Trust me, you won't regret it.